This is The Great Expanse by JohnBet426 here on YouTube. It is a pleasure always for me to record these videos, to edit them, to upload them with my unique spin on them for you. Yes, you. Brandon. Jamal. Loretta. Yes, I'm talking to you. If you like the videos, you three. If you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit the like button. If not, hit the dislike button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Which one? All. Not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first. And I am the One Breath Champ. Yes. As I said on a previous video, the Pittsburgh Steelers hat is out. Because I was told by someone close to me that it looks dingy and it's not good for videos. So I had to just bid adieu to the Pittsburgh Steelers hat. Not my fandom for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but to the hat. I said all that just to set you up for this video. Now, you already know what the video is about because you hit the thumbnail, correct? And if you're people that like to watch my stuff and haven't subscribed, I would implore you, a great word for The Great Experience by JohnBet426, IMPLORE. Okay, I had to think about it for a second. Fantastic Four eyes Pedro Pascal to play Mr. Fantastic. That's why I have the blue one for the FF, Fantastic Four. So we're going to get right into the video. I'm sorry, I have not shut off my other devices. So let's just do it now. So there are no more hijinks. Anyway, let me get back to the authors. There are three authors, okay? Adam B. Vary. Now that sounds like a setup for like an adjective that would really make Adam look like a clown. Adam B. Vary. Anyway. Jordan Moreau and Wilson Chapman. Okay. There's a picture of Pedro Pascal looking more like Joel from The Last of Us. Alright. Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four, which will bring one of the most well-known superhero teams in all of comics into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is zeroing in on one of its main leads. Pedro Pascal is currently being eyed to play Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, a brilliant scientist who gains the ability to bend and stretch his body like rubber following exposure to gamma rays during a scientific expedition to outer space. The role would continue Pascal's hot streak of iconic characters. His career first took off with his memorable turn as Prince Oberin Martell on Game of Thrones, a head-splitting first time out in a major series. And then hit a new height when he was cast as the titular bounty hunter on The Mandalorian, the first Star Wars TV and inaugural series for Disney Plus. The 48-year-old actor was recently nominated for an Emmy for his performance on the ongoing HBO series, The Last of Us. Stop it. WandaVision director Matt Shakman will helm Fantastic Four. Love Shack. That just came into my mind. I'm sorry, I had to get it out. Okay. He took over from John Watts, who directed all three of Marvel and Sony's Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. Movies that I don't like. And you know Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, period. I didn't like any of those. I like the second half of No Way Home. I like the Vulture in Homecoming. And I like the first hologram attack against Spider-Man in Far From Home. Okay? After Watts exited the film. Talk about a run-on sentence. Fantastic Four is scheduled to open May 2nd, 2025. Marvel Studios first scored the rights to the Fantastic Four in 2019 when Disney acquired 21st Century Fox. Prior to that, Marvel's first family, that is, the first superheroes ever created for Marvel Comics by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Headlined three movies for Fox: 2005's original Fantastic Four, its 2007 sequel, Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Silver Surfer, and a 2015 reboot that was poorly received. The first cast included Ioan Gruffudd as Reed Richards, Jessica Alba as Susan Storm, Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm, and Chris Evans before he went on to play the MCU's Captain America as Johnny Storm. The 2015 reboot cast included Miles Teller, Kate Mara, Jamie Bell, and Michael B. Jordan, who also went on to star in the MCU's Black Panther films. in those same respective roles. In 1994, this is in parentheses, in 1994, producer Roger Corman and German production company Constantin Film infamously shot a low-budget Fantastic Four movie in order to keep the rights to the property, but it was never released in theaters. I'm going to find that movie and I'm going to do a watch-along, okay? I said that before, kind of in passing, but I'm definitely going to do that, okay? This only kind of confirmed it. This won't be the first glimpse of the Fantastic Four in the MCU. Oh, God, they're going down this rabbit trail. In 2022's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, John Krasinski appears in a brief cameo as an alternate universe version of Reed Richards before he's ripped to shreds by the Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen. Krasinski's role was a nod to Marvel fans pleased to cast him as the hero in the years following Disney's acquisition, with his wife, Emily Blunt, as the fan favorite to play Susan Storm, aka the Invisible Woman, who gains the ability to project powerful force fields and turn invisible at will. She's hands down the most powerful character in the Fantastic Four. Along with Susan Storm, castings for the other two main characters in the title quartet, Susan's hot-headed brother Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, and Reed's best friend Ben Grimm, aka the Thing, have yet to be announced. Alright? So, there were three major points that stuck out as I completed reading the article. I hope I remember all three, okay? The first one is the origin of the Fantastic Four. Now, we did see versions of those origins in both origin movies, I guess you could say, that were mentioned previously. The 2005 Fantastic Four and the 2015 Fant Four Stick. Now, it's only called Fant Four Stick because of the way the logo is written. I think that it would be necessary to show their origins again. And this time you can really kind of like, I guess, streamline it to make it kind of based on the Loki series finale about timelines, because you got to somehow branch them in to the main sacred timeline, okay? I think you should do the same thing with the X-Men. So we could have Loki, I don't know if he's called the Beyonder now or whatever, but you can see him on Yggdrasil, or maybe just a pair of hands sort of like stretching out one of the timelines. And that's all you know, because you'll know whose hands they belong to, you know what I mean? Maybe you can see his moccasins or something, I don't know, or the horns. You don't even need a full like Tom Hiddleston, even though I would love to see Tom Hiddleston again. Just grab a particular branch, link it, or like sort of like reinsert it into the sacred timeline. And then we got the Fantastic Four. Then you can show how they traveled into space, how they were well known, okay? Reed Richards must know Victor Von Doom before they become Mr. Fantastic and before he becomes the arch villain, Dr. Doom. They must be acquaintances. Please be as comic book accurate as possible, because I think it's a terrific story. It's almost, but not quite, like Professor X and Magneto, that they were prior acquaintances, and then something happens, and then they become mortal enemies. And I don't even think it's because Dr. Doom hates Mr. Fantastic. Dr. Doom has so much vanity, he has so much ego, that he wants to destroy people like Reed Richards, like T'Challa in the comic books, because they never even bothered to ask him why he does what he does. That's the vanity of Victor Von Doom as Dr. Doom. He says, they never even asked me. Because remember, Dr. Doom's ultimate goal is to save the universe. His conviction is so powerful that the literal panther god Bast said, okay, the vibranium is yours. Because his intentions are so pure that he believes that Doom World is the only way to save planet Earth. All right? So I really would appreciate if it says May 2nd, 2025, that's when it's slated to be released, if you show their relationship prior to them becoming altered, okay? What was the second point? Okay. Perhaps it was the low-budget Fantastic Four one that went straight to, like, tape. Okay, didn't even go straight to DVD, because DVDs didn't exist then. But I definitely want to do a watch-along, okay, with that. And, okay, here's the second point. I just scanned the article real fast. I would love, or would have loved, to see John Krasinski and his wife, Emily Blunt, as Mr. Fantastic and Susan Storm. Because they have a natural chemistry. In A Quiet Place and certain sequences in A Quiet Place 2, there's just a chemistry there. Because they're real life husband and wife, but they're also terrific actors that are married to each other. So I think that dynamic really has to be in place. Now, I did like Yoan Grufford and Jessica Alba. I wasn't a big fan of Kate Mara and Miles Teller, to be honest. But that pairing really has to be strong. Okay? Remember, it's 4 of them. So the dynamics between each has to be very powerful. They have to be carefully cast. Ben Grimm, okay, I don't know why I'm doing this, but Ben Grimm, the 4th one, and Mr. Fantastic, they have to be best friends. And you have to believe that they're best friends on camera. And maybe you can see a little friction between Victor Von Doom and Ben Grimm prior to them becoming altered. Okay? Because as I said, I think Victor Von Doom was Reed Richards' roommate in college, right? Before Dr. Doom tried to open a portal to Mephisto's realm to free the soul of his mother. I think her name is Margolis, something like that. Whatever. So the casting, I'm sure they'll look great in their suits. You know, they probably have the best wardrobe designers probably around. Disney can afford that, you know, through the MCU. But the acting has to be paramount. A great word for the Great Expanse by John Bat 426. Paramount. The acting has to be paramount. These guys and gal have to get along fabulously. You have to also maybe see the eye of Victor Von Doom finding Susan Storm. Because remember, Dr. Doom really likes Susan Storm. Namor really likes Susan Storm. He actually kidnapped her to make her his bride. And in a dream sequence, Dr. Doom was married to Sue Storm. Even in Secret Wars, Dr. Doom made her his wife. I don't know if it was spite to Reed Richards, but as I said, those 5 characters, they have to like work together. They have to like just flow together. Even when it's like, you know, a 1-on-1 or 2-on-1, okay? Scenes. All right, now what was the 3rd point? Okay, yeah, I just thought of the 3rd point. With timelines branching out, you know, now it was hinted at in WandaVision, hinted at in the 1st season of Loki, hinted at in Spider-Man No Way Home. It was kind of like the primary thrust of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But I think we can still get a Chris Evans Human Torch cameo. I know we can get one, okay, before the Fantastic Four comes out. There has to be a movie or a production where Chris Evans can reprise his role just briefly as the Human Torch, and then we can start a dialogue. Because people go, hey, why is Captain America? And then an older person, okay, will say, no, no, no. You have to wave your finger like the Dikembe Mutombo when you say it. No, no, no. That's not Cap. It's not Cap either. But that's not Captain America. That's the Human Torch. And maybe you could tease by making his hair fully blonde, too. You can just go so many directions with comic book movies. MCU, please be as imaginative as possible. Please be as, what's the word? Really step your game up when it comes to storytelling and tone. I always say that. One of the things that prevents me from enjoying a lot of MCU projects and movies is the tone of the movies. Okay? Tone. That's the word of the next millennium. Okay? MCU, tone. Great tone for the Echo trailer. Awesome. I understand they're scrapping a lot of the projects because of the lack of tone. Excellent. Again, I'm not saying this because I personally dislike the guy, but get rid of Jeff Loveness as the writer of Avengers Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars. Whichever one it is, get him out of there. Because he will write a Rick and Morty tone for a serious Avengers movie, and the tone will be off. Get rid of Jeff Loveness, okay? Somebody else will hire him for something, okay? I'm not saying go be broke, go be destitute, go down on Skid Row, you know. But get him out of there, all right? So, if you liked the video, hit the like button, okay? If you enjoyed my little dissertation about the Fantastic Four and my views on them, leave a dissertation of your own. Leave a comment in the comment section. David Brent, please let them know where their comments go, sir. Thank you, Mr. Brent. Do your part, I'll do my part, so the Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand as the limbs of Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, do. It's in the name.